만났던.
Well, my name is Sung Jae Woo, and I am a novelist. I suppose you can say that, or I could say it. And I've written one novel, my first one, Everything Asian. It came out in 2009, the hardcover, and then 2010 came out the softcover. And I've written also for the New York Times a few times, and other venues, and that was mostly for nonfiction. But my primary trade is in fiction. Pretty closely in some respects, not so much in others. The framework of the novel is definitely autobiographical. David in the novel, he's 12 when he comes here. I was 10. We both worked at an Oriental gift shop that my parents owned, and just like him, I also learned to be an American by working at that store. I was getting instructed in every possible way. I was going to school and learning intensely through the ESL program there. And then, like, when I was not learning at school, I was learning at the store. And it was like a great education, really, in both respects. It's because of a book that I read a while ago called Winesburg, Ohio, by Sherwood Anderson. The epigraph in my novel actually cites him there. So he is a huge influence in the book, because that book, which was written almost 100 years ago now, it takes place in this town of Winesburg, and there is a main character named George Willard who kind of weaves in and out of the narrative. And having read that, I thought, this is what I want for my book. I don't want just a single story about the Kims and have everything told from the limited point of view of a first-person narrator. I want the story to be bigger. I want it to encompass the community as a whole, because I think you can see the Kims in a more interesting light when you see it from an outsider's point of view of how they see this family and with their struggles and their triumphs. I don't know if I ever had harmony. From my personal point of view, I don't think it ever really happened, to tell you the truth, because it was so hard, just coming as a boy, a 10-year-old boy, to this country, to have to learn everything, the culture, the language. Nothing was what I knew. And I'm sure it was difficult for the rest of my family too, my mother and my two sisters. We all had our own struggles. And then, of course, also from the point of view of my father, who at that point he'd been living like a bachelor's life for like 5-6 years. And then suddenly there was like this whole family again. So I think the only way harmony was achieved was just time. You wait long enough and things do work out.